So as most of you are probably aware that from July the 1st, Google Analytics will stop collecting data in UA or GA3 as it's otherwise known, and will only collect solely in data from GA4. Now, for those of you still on the free version of Universal Analytics, then time is running out. You really need to migrate to GA4. For those of you on the paid version, thankfully you've got another year, but I would think about dual tracking if you're not already doing it. If you're new to my channel, my name is Shawful, and on this channel we talk about everything data. So if you're a budding analyst or a seasoned pro or someone who shares an interest in data analytics, be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell icon so you don't miss any of the helpful tips and advice I have to offer. Now, whereas the previous upgrades to Google Analytics were usually around the interface of what you could do or what data you could collect, the underlying technology was still the same. It was session-based tracking, okay? Now, the GA4 is actually a different type of technology. Underlying it is what's now known as event-based tracking. Now, if the migration between UA and GA4 and what GA4 does differently is of importance to you and of interest to you, then I suggest you check out these other videos where we talk more about what GA4 and what the differences are between GA4 and Universal Analytics. So why do the changes between Universal Analytics, the previous version of Google Analytics, and GA4 matter? Now, whenever you migrate technologies, any tracking technologies, you'll find that there'll be discrepancies. There'll be discrepancies in how visitors are counted, how visits are counted, how even page views are counted sometimes, okay? Any migration of tracking technology will have those discrepancies, but that's not what the real difference is, and the difference that matters. The difference that matters is actually what you can do with the data that you collect from GA4. Now, because GA4 is an event-based tracking, it provides far more flexibility in the types of reports that you can run. Now, in order to offer you that flexibility, what Google have done is actually reduce the out-of-the-box reports that you used to get in Universal Analytics. So when you logged into Google Analytics, or if you log in now, or if you logged into the previous version of Google Analytics, they had a lot of predefined reports, and there were a lot of reports that you could also run, because what Google did is pre-process that information to give you the kind of reports that they thought you needed. Now, the problem with Universal Analytics, it wasn't very good for transactional type websites, so e-commerce websites or things that websites that captured, for example, sales leads, okay? And Google realized that they were really designed for publisher type websites, okay? So because they realized that, they decided that they would capture data differently, which is where Google Analytics 4 is different. It's an event-based data capture model. Now, why this matters is because whereas historically the reports that you wanted, you could either get straight out of Google Analytics interface, you could either get the predefined report that they had, and they had many of those, or you could run a custom report. It was quite easy, or you could connect a Data Studio or Looker Studio straight to Google Analytics, and you could run those reports, because like I said, in the back end, they already had this pre-processed data. Now they're giving you the flexibility, which means they don't have this pre-processed data, which means you can't actually run some of the reports that you wanted to do. Now, though Google know this, they have offered you a solution, and the solution is to connect your Google Analytics 4 data to BigQuery. Now, historically, you could connect Google Analytics UA, the free version, to BigQuery by paying for it. People on GA360, the paid version of Google Analytics, could do it for free, but now they're offering it to everyone. So GA4 allows everyone, whether it's paid or free. GA4 is proposing a paid version later on when Universal Analytics 360 sunsets, but everybody now can connect to BigQuery. Now, what that allows you to do is take the data from GA4 and put it into BigQuery. Now, if you read the documentation from Google around BigQuery, or you listen to what people are talking about BigQuery, BigQuery is essentially the database for Google's cloud platform, okay? So what they're essentially saying to you is take data out of Google Analytics and put it into our database or data warehouse. So once you bring this data into BigQuery, you essentially have the ability to analyze it however you want. So those people who are used to transactional data will appreciate how easy it is to run certain reports. So for example, you could take a variable and you could actually create a metric from it, okay? So historically that wasn't possible. You had to have dimensions and metrics. Now it doesn't matter. Everything's an event, everything is an event, and you could actually calculate metrics on events. So now that you can run any analysis you want, it does allow you to recreate the reports that you had previously. Now, for some people that's great because you can replicate what you had. For others, even better news, because if you had, like I said, some form of e-commerce transactional website, you found that you couldn't couldn't necessarily run the types of reports that you wanted. Now you can, because Google provides you the raw data to be able to create the reports that you want. The other reason you might want to bring that data over is because Google have applied for a lot of sort of data privacy, data protection within Google Analytics, which means that when you drill down, certain data is not visible. When you bring that data into BigQuery, it's now all available to you. The other thing is storage. So Google by default will store 2 months of data. Once you migrate, you can extend that to 14 months, but after 14 months, you won't have any more in Google Analytics. So this is a way for you to keep your historical data going back years. And in the future, obviously, you can then store several years of data. Now, for those of you who work with Google Analytics, whether it's from an analyst point of view or whether it's from a marketer's point of view where you've been analyzing data from Google Analytics, the biggest challenge that you'll face is that in order to recreate the reports that you wanted, as I mentioned, you have to bring it into Google Analytics, into BigQuery, sorry. Now, bringing it into BigQuery means that you need to understand about cloud computing, you need to understand about databases, and you need to understand how that works. And a lot of digital analysts, though technically very good in terms of running reports within Google Analytics itself or connecting Data Studio or Looker Studio to Google Analytics, and technically very good at tagging the website, they don't really have experience of cloud to computing, or they don't have an experience of the technologies, the database technologies in the cloud. So that's something that they will have to learn. So that's going to be a challenge for marketers and digital analysts in this area, because it's not something that they've had to get used to. Now, even though BigQuery and the GA4 connector have been around for a while, it's been mainly handled by people who are experts in this area. So this is going to be a big challenge for people in this space who are who are digital analysts or marketers digital marketers who typically use Google Analytics to run reports. Then they'll find that they may not be able to run the reports that they need, and therefore, unless they train themselves, they're going to have to seek specialist help to migrate the data from GA4 to BigQuery. And even though the connector is quite straightforward in GA4, actually setting up BigQuery in a Google Cloud Platform is a bit complicated, and you need to have an understanding of what you're doing. You also then need to set up a billing account. Even though they give you a free quota, you still need to provide a credit card. So all these things are quite uncertain, and if you've not done that before, you might find that it's a bit more difficult than you'd expected. So that's going to be the main challenge, that you can't recreate the data that you have before. And in order to do that, it poses another challenge, is that do you have the skills to move data from GA4 to BigQuery and then analyze the data in BigQuery. This does mean that companies who use GA or agencies that use GA or digital analysts who use GA, they're going to have to upskill themselves. And you're going to have to make the decision of whether it's worth upskilling yourself to learn about BigQuery and GCP, or whether it's worth just getting in a specialist to help you do that. Because you may find that the cost of upskilling, learning everything, and the mistakes that you make are just not worth it. So it's worth just bringing in experts who can do this. That's about it for this video. If you'd like me to cover anything specific, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm always checking the comments. I'll either respond there, or if I think the question's really good, I might make a video about it. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and press the bell icon so you don't miss them. Thank you.